Hello and welcome to all you Aries people. Here is your monthly horoscope for March of 2020. Let's have a look because there's quite a lot going on in the sky, so to speak. First of all, a very important shift that is happening is that Saturn is going into Aquarius. Now, what does it mean in general? Saturn in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about innovation and newness and excitement, and Saturn is about structure. So for all of us in a certain part of our life, we have an opportunity to structure something that is quite new, that is quite innovative. And for you, this has been now as from, let's have a look when this starts. On the 23rd of March, Saturn will enter your 11th house of Aquarius. Now, so this is in the field of your objectives, of your goals in life, of your friends. So there is a bit of a restructuring going on there. The 11th house for you, although people say Saturn is a very heavy energy and so on, yes, that is correct. But you also have to consider what it does to your sign. And Aquarius is in a very good energy with Aries. So when that happens, it becomes easier and it becomes more towards the positive energies instead of squares or oppositions. So for you, there's really, as from the 23rd of March, and it will stay there up until the 3rd of July, because then Saturn goes backwards again in your 10th house of work, where it has been for a long time, and hopefully you have been able to restructure some sort of things that has to do with your work, that has to do with your social status, the less is more principle. But now that principle is in your 11th house. So I think for most Aquarians, it's a nice thing because it sextiles your energy. And if you have had in the past a bit too many goals and a bit too many scattered, now it is less is more when it comes to your goals. It's better to have 2 or 3 than 10, for instance. So great energy for you to become mature. Also when it comes to friendships, it's now really about quality. It's about better to have 2 or 3 friends where you can who you can trust, who you can rely on, but still who have that Aquarian energy, because after all it's in Aquarius, so that exciting new energy there. But instead of having like 10 friends and having no time to connect with them all. So very good, I think, for you Aries people. You're one of the lucky guys when it considers, of course, these are general readings, when it considers Saturn. Now, what else is going on? There's also another thing going on, that Mercury goes direct again. Yay, that is a very good energy as well, as from the 11th. In your 11th house and in your 12th house. So there has been a lot of, Mercury is about thinking, communication, and so it probably was a bit more busy, also with friends, and it could have been that you have reassessed some of your friendships as well, but also some of your goals. So quite a lot of focus on the future. When a lot of planets transit your 11th house, it's a lot about making plans for the future. But now you've got a feeling that they go onwards. The same with contracts and so on. The best is to do that after the 11th, let's say the 13th, 14th and onwards of the month. And then when Mercury goes into Pisces also, that's not so fun for you in that respect when you fight this energy. If you go with this is energy of dreams, of having visions, of Mercury wants to get to the details, and the 12th doesn't want that. It's the unconscious. And if you are open to that energy, you can get really messages from the unconscious. So in that respect, I always try to, it's not that I only see the positive in astrology, but it's better to go with the energy to fight instead of fighting it. If you would fight this energy, you're not going to get sleep, and you're going to be very confused, So, but if you let that happen, to have a look at what your unconscious is telling you, I think it might be a very interesting, to say the least, month for you. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about the beautiful Mars trine, Mars and Venus in Earth signs, and how Venus at the end of the month will trine Jupiter and Pluto. This is for you in money houses. So for you, if you've been working hard to improve your financial status, if you've been working hard to improve work, this is now the month of where you will see the results. Because the planet Venus is in Taurus, it's in its own sign, so it does quite a lot of good. It's in your second house of money and value, and it's at the end of the month gonna trine that house of work and status in Capricorn, where Mars will be as well, by the way. But it's gonna trine Jupiter and Pluto. And when Jupiter, at the end of the month, Jupiter and Pluto are going to come together. When they do that, something big happens. And especially, so there's like transformation going on, so to speak. But now it has to do with Venus that gives this transformation, because it's aspected by it, and it's in a trine energy to your finances and worth. So for you Aries people in general, it is about your worth and it is about your money. So if you've been working hard and waiting for when it is this windfall gonna come, of course these are general horoscope, but it's a very good energy for attracting money. Now also for your self-worth, there's not much of relationship energy going around here in general, but with Venus in your second house, you're going to be content, you're going to be satisfied. So normally that is when you feel good, you kind of attract people towards you way easier. So, but not the biggest shifts when it comes to your relationships, and that is good. But still a hard work that you can continue to do when it comes to your work. And especially transformation. So I think I've seen a lot of Aries people, especially with Aries rising, so they have that all that Saturn, Pluto transformational energy in their house of work. I've seen a lot of them really restructuring, reorganizing, sometimes really breaking down an old job to get into a new job. And if you want to find a new job, it's very good energy with Mars there. You've got really a lot of energy to find something new. And even Mars in the 10th house is seen as sometimes with bosses, you can have a bit of an ego conflict there. It's less expected now because of the Venus. So Mars and Venus are in Earth trines, and they kind of work together, so to speak. So all in all, a very good month. It's not the bang month for the Aries people, but it doesn't have to be. I want these videos to be short but concise and precise, and I hope I have accomplished that. Thank you so much for watching, you dear Aries people. Thank you so much for your time. And if you want a reading, just get in touch. Thank you. Bye-bye.